The case manager in question, she also called impersonating a attorney and called the two adult witnesses who were in the house that night, saying that she was trying to build a defense for the mother and wanted to get their statements. She has had the mother falsely arrested, which the DA and the county sheriff are actually looking into. They don't know how that even happened. There was no warrant. They were out of jurisdiction, no arresting officer. And this is just the tip.
All right, this is Attorney Vince Davis. I am here with my co-host, Brian Hamilton, and this is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. Brian, we're going to take another call right now. We're going to talk to Chase in New York. Chase, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask? No,
Kind of
Chase?
like input on it.
Okay, go ahead.
So about 2 years ago, my stepson got hurt. And so he ended up going to the hospital. So he went to the hospital the next day because we didn't know his injury was as severe as it was. And so they tried saying that he was up screaming all night. He wasn't. There's even a picture of him in the hospital smiling. Then they took him to Upstate Medical in Syracuse, the burn center. And he was healed after like a week, but they kept him there another week. And while he was up there, they put a safety plan for the remainder of the kids. And the plan was that they would go to their mother's mom, so their grandmother. They ended up taking the two girls, put them with the ex-husband's parents without the mother's consent. And then the case manager tried to talk to the mother, and she had already lawyered up. So the case manager went to the mother's sister. She lawyered up. She then went to the grandmother and said, I'm going to make your life hell because your daughter's lawyered up and won't talk to me. The next day, she had the infant child forcefully removed and admitted to the Upstate Medical Center, where, he got a series of tests done. Everything came back perfectly fine. The other kids got tested, everything perfectly fine. And the child who was admitted initially, no prior injuries, nothing. So they also, at the beginning, so they removed the kids, and there are previous indicated reports against almost that entire family. It's the father, the parents, the father's sister, and they knew about them and they completely ignored them. Now, since then, the kids have mentioned nothing happened, no one did anything wrong, they want to see me. That's been ignored. The court has told CPS to basically back off, and they haven't. The case manager in question, she also called impersonating a attorney and called the two adult witnesses who were in the house that night, saying that she was trying to build a defense for the mother and wanted to get their statements. She has had the mother falsely arrested, which the DA and the county sheriff are actually looking into. They don't know how that even happened. There was no warrant. They were out of jurisdiction, no arresting officer. And this is just the tip. The mother's lawyer recently submitted a 15-page packet with 75 different points, of which the case manager falsified reports, impersonated, her, harassed her. And this case manager went as far as printing out 100 pages of text messages that were never sent by the mother, saying that they came from the mother. And they had a caseworker showing up to the house who basically pushed my stepdaughter's side, or former stepdaughter's side, and walked into the house unannounced. And I mean, things like this have just been happening for 2 years straight now. I think we're going on 22 months, if I'm being accurate. And they've never been able to present any evidence indicating anybody's done any wrong. But in the meantime, our family's been split up.
Have you guys talked to a civil rights lawyer there in your state?
We have. I mean, I don't know about her, but I know I have. I haven't been able to see or speak to any of them in about 21 months, 22 months now. On my end, though, I've reached out to 10 or 12 locally. All said they don't want to take the case. It's too late. I reached out to a larger firm, and they said it's too early. It just seems like no one wants to take the case. I mean, I already have a lawyer. I have a good lawyer, but he doesn't cover that end of the system. He doesn't, as far as like civil rights issues, he doesn't go after them. And the court date for family court was pushed off because I'm actually facing a felony charge right now, which I don't even know where that's going. So they pushed family court off till after that, because they didn't want to expose the witnesses in family court. And we recently got, so whatever petition the other defense attorney put in, they were able to get a court date moved to the 20th of December, which, I mean, helps us, I guess, because now we can, present all this evidence in court to the judge. But, I mean, the DSS commissioner's gotten involved now. The DA has actually shown up to family court. I mean, this has become a very, very big deal. There are, if my information's correct, there's 1 or 2 people actually in CPS who are willing to blow a whistle, last I knew. I don't know how accurate that information is, but I mean, there's people willing to come forward who can confirm that all these, behaviors have been ongoing for years on behalf of this case manager. And it just seems nobody is listening to me. No one's listening to the kids in court. It's like nobody cares.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only thing that I can tell you to do is to get a really good civil rights lawyer, bring a lawsuit under federal civil rights laws, and sue the appropriate caseworkers and the county and or the state, depending on if CPS is state administrated or county administrated in your state.
Right. Hey, because I mean, at the very beginning of this, the mother asked for an order of protection, and I mean, I was all on board because my thing was, if there was no order, the kids would have been taken into foster care or whatever. And my thing, our thing was protect the kids and we can deal with our stuff later. And that was, pre-COVID. So we were told by our attorneys it would be like 8 months or something. Here we are going on 2 years, and the bombardment of harassment and stuff just hasn't ended. It's actually gotten worse. Over the past few months, it's gotten drastically worse.
Well, maybe, have you talked to your attorney, the attorney that you have? Does he think that you have a civil rights case right now?
He won't even discuss that aspect. He won't discuss the civil rights case. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as far as, I don't
know anybody in New York that I could refer you to. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I reached out to, I think it was Bruce Epstein, and they're the ones who said it's too early. Then everyone else that I've been able to find, they're just local, county lawyers like everyone else. And, they're just either it's too late to get involved, too much has happened. They wouldn't be able to get up to speed or what, various reasons as to why they don't want to take it on. But
yeah, there's a guy in California, and I know he's done cases outside of California that you might want to contact.
Okay.
Do you have a pen and a piece of paper?
I can. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, his name is Attorney Shawn, Shawn McMillan. And he's in
McMillan?
he's in San Diego County. Right off the top of my head, as I sit here doing this radio show, I don't have his contact information, but you can Google him and he'll come up.
Okay.
If anybody can help you, he can, or he can refer you to someone.
That would be great.
Yeah, he and I are both graduates of something called the Jerry Spence Trial Lawyers College, and I know that he's involved with the alumni, and that alumni is, nationwide. So if he can, he might be able to post something on one of the Facebook pages for the Alumni Association and try to find a civil rights lawyer for you. Or he might be interested in taking on the case himself and helping you. Because the story that you're telling me, I mean, it's unbelievable, but I hear it a lot. I hear things like that a lot. Social workers allegedly out of control.
And I mean, as a result of it, I don't know how in depth it's been on the end of the kids and their mother, but on my end, as a result of these accusations, which I'm not finding out, but all the false reports and the stuff that's been going on, as a result of those reports, I've been assaulted, I've been homeless, I've lost 3 jobs, I've received death threats all over the past 2 years.
Right.
Just bombardments, and it's physically, mentally, and financially ruined my life.
Right. I have no doubt, sir.
That's like,
hey, Chase, I want to thank you for calling in and thank you for listening. Call us back in 3 or 4 weeks and give us an update. All right. We have to take.
I will. Absolutely.
Right. Thank you very much. We have to take a break right now. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. I'm attorney Vince Davis with Brian Hamilton. We'll be back right after these messages.